What's up guys, Fortuna here. We're here at Lyon's Den on hole number 6. This hole plays 271 feet. You can kind of make it out behind me. It's a pretty straight shot, more of a hyzer. There is some OB short end left of it with a big guardian tree kind of blocking the sidearm. But let's go take a look at what the landscape really looks like. Alright, so as you can see, the hole's pretty straightforward. Nothing too crazy is going on. And honestly, it's not a bad hole, but I mean, this is pretty standard. You should be able to get this hole if you practice it maybe like once or twice. I mean, even if you haven't played this course before, then I mean, I would imagine in a 2-round tournament, you're probably going to be getting this hole both rounds if you throw a simple shot. I mean, it's an easy hole. Here's how you do it almost every way possible. See what I mean? Just a little too easy. Let's go play a real hole. All right, so now we're on a real hole. We're on hole number 4. This hole comes in at 526 feet. This is a much more challenging hole. It does look more wide open. There is some stuff that comes into play. It's got some cool landscape and the green is fairly neat. Let's go take a look at it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so as we're walking down the fairway here, we're going to try to take note of a couple things that you're going to have to try to avoid. There is that tree we just passed. There is a berm on the right that is kind of thick. You might lose a disc in there or something. If you go off to the left, as you saw, the field is wide open. And then this course has some nice touches that have the distances from the hole on some of the longer holes, as you saw the 200-foot mark. And then right here is the OB patch that I was talking about, and it's kind of grown in right now, but it is nice. They got a rock wall lining it, so there's no, I don't know, spray paint or anything like that that's gonna be questionable if you're OB or not. And there is the look back down towards the tee pad, and we're gonna go throw some shots and see if we can't get you set up with that birdie. Alright, so that's what the hole looks like. As you can see, there's a couple little things that you need to avoid. There is an OB that's fairly close to the hole that's pretty big. This hole is a par 4, so to get the birdie, it is taking a 3 on this hole. We're going to go throw some tee shots. We're going to see where we end up. Alright, so the most difficult part about this hole is, in fact, the distance. There's not too much that you're going to have to try to avoid. Yeah, there's an early tree, and there is some OB that can come into play. But it is a wide open field. You basically just want to try to throw a disc 500 feet, somewhat straight ahead, and that's what I'm looking to try to do here. The first one was my best looking drive, I feel like, but I didn't get it quite turned over quite hard enough. Same with the last 2 here. And I don't throw a sidearm on this hole because I don't have a 500-foot sidearm, and I feel like I'm going to give myself the best opportunity here to give myself an easy setup for the birdie 3. You can throw a roller, but the grass is fairly long, so right now that's not really a viable option, and this is where that ends up, because I mean the grass eats up the roller momentum. But it is still fairly close. I mean, with all these shots where they ended up, I'm looking to get an easy 3, and hopefully you guys are too. So we'll go take a look at where all the other shots laid out. Here's one of the backhands that I threw, and this upshot, as atrocious as it is, it's still right up there, maybe 12-15 feet away or so for that birdie. I'm going to do the last couple shots here. Here's the first drive, the one that I got the furthest out there, still well outside the circle.
And again, still right up there inside the circle for that birdie 3. And here's the one that got sawed off a little bit. Still, I don't know, maybe 100 feet away or so. Again, looking to just get it in the circle, get the birdie, move on to the next hole. And we'll go take a look at where all of them landed at in relation to the basket. And as you can see, there's the 3 there. And then you got the last one on the far side right there. All well within that striking distance for birdie.
All right, so there you have it, guys. That is hole number 4 at Lion's Den. Hopefully this was something pretty informative and somewhat witty with the first hole that I was depicting versus the actual hole that I wanted to do. And hopefully you have some general idea, even on that little hole, that you can throw whatever shot that you're most comfortable with, and then actually going in and playing a par 4 that is probably a fairly simple par 4, in which the way that I would play that hole, and just kind of like a rough breakdown of that hole. So again, please help a guy out, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, all that stuff, something that you like, disliked, any of that, any sort of criticism is always looked forward to and definitely helps out on what I should be doing in the next videos. So thanks again, guys. We will see you next time. And remember, guys, check out discbaron.com for anything disc golf related. Get 5% off of all your purchases if you use my PDGA number 39518.